All right, there we go. It's up there now. Okay, so like Pastor said, this is our church software. Basically what this is going to do is going to be helpful to you guys. We want this to be a tool, an asset for you guys to be able to better be involved with the church. Yesterday, we sent out emails to everybody. Raise your hand if you checked your email and you saw an email come in from our church. We sent out invites to everybody. Some of you may have not gotten it. That's okay. If you didn't get it, just come talk to us after. I will ask that while I go through this tutorial, I'm not going to be taking any questions. This is going to take about 20 minutes to go all the way through, and that's about how much we have. So I'm not going to take any questions, and I'm not even going to take questions at the end of it. After church this morning, if you have any questions or anything pressing, come to me and we can talk after the morning service. But just because of right now we're a little on a time crunch, we're just going to go through. This is I was just telling Brother Mark, this is a step-by-step on how to get, no, Brother Jimmy, this is a step-by-step tutorial on how to use the app, and in the step-by-steps, there's step-by-steps. So I've broken this down as much as I can while also trying to be efficient with our time. And so I'm not trying to waste your time, but this is going to be helpful, and hopefully it'll give you information that you need. So in the church app tutorial, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about what it is. We're going to talk about creating a profile, thank you, and we're going to talk about using it. So first, we're going to look at what is Breeze. So that's the question. I want you to know that it's going to be a breeze to go through this. I'm sorry. Anyway, the Breeze, we're going to look at a software overview here really quickly. And what you need to understand about Breeze, it's a cloud-based church management software, meaning that there's information out there somewhere in the ether. We don't really know where it's at, but there's information out there, and we have access to it. It's accessible from any device with an internet connection. So any device that you have, a desktop, a laptop, iPad, tablet, cell phone. Note, it is not accessible from a VHS player, just so you guys are aware. It's designed specifically to help churches better communicate and administrate. So like Pastor said, this is going to be a tool for you. This is going to be an asset for you so you can have a better communication with our church. So we can have better communication with you. This is what we're using, and hopefully it'll be helpful for you. So when we get into Breeze, I want you to note some key features about it. It's going to help us with member management. Basically, what we're going to do with it is you're going to have access to people's information that's on here. We're going to have access to your information. So think about it as basically an online church directory. So that's basically what it's going to be. It's going to be in depth, a little bit more in detail. It's going to be more helpful for you. More than just member management, it's also going to be a way to give online. They have an online giving portion, and we'll look at all these in detail, but this is the key features that are included in it. There's an event calendar. Basically, you'll be able to go on there. You'll be able to look at the churches basically for the 12 months that we have out of the year. You'll be able to go on, look at a bird's eye view of what we have planned throughout the year. So when you're going to plan something in June and you're saying, well, I wonder what the church is doing in June, and you go to look and see, oh, we're doing soccer camp that week. I shouldn't go on vacation. You can go and you can look at what we're doing for the year. And so that event calendar will be up there. And then here's my favorite part about it. It's user-friendly. It's easy. It really is very simple to use. And I'm not just saying that because, I'm part of the younger generation and I can just, it's seriously easy to use. It's a very simple concept. And so now, we're going to start off with this. We're going to start off by creating a profile. Now, you guys all most of you got the email from yesterday that we sent out. From that email, if you don't have the email, that's okay. We'll go through, we'll look at it later. If you have the email and you already set up an account, great. I saw this morning that some of you already set up an account. That's good. If you have the email and you haven't set up an account, this would be the time for you to pull out your cell phone in church. Yes, we give you permission to pull out your cell phone in church, and we'll go through and we'll create a profile right now. And so if you want to follow along right now, you can. If you want to, this whole thing is being recorded and will be posted online later, and we'll send out an email with the link to it to everybody so everybody has access to this entire session later on, so you can have this information again. But if you want, you can follow along right now and create a profile with me as we go through. So as we create a profile, the first thing you want to do is accept the email invitation that we emailed out to you. So we emailed out these invitations. This is kind of what it's going to look like. And you're going to have this big blue button at the very bottom. It's going to say create your login. You're going to click on that. And when you do that, it's going to take you to this page. It's going to take you to this website where you're going to go through, and the way you create a login is by creating your username, making a password, and then confirming your password. All right, so 3 easy steps you'll go through. Once you've done all that, you're going to click on Create a User. Now, do not forget your login information. We have access to your username on the administrative side. We have access to your username. We do not have access to your password. So if you forget your password, that's a bummer. No, I'm just kidding. You can go through and you can put in your email, obviously recover your password if you forgot it, but it's a whole hassle. So remember your password, write it down somewhere, and remember your username, because if you want to get back in, you're going to need that. Once you've clicked on Create a User, it's going to take you to this page, and you're going to click on this white button. It says Log In. Once you do that, it's going to take you to the Breeze software, your dashboard, which we'll get into here in a second. But that's basically how you create a profile. Super simple, very easy. Again, very clean. They've made it simple, so that's a good thing. It's super easy. One thing that we want to look really quickly before we get actually into the software itself is logging in online, because you're not always going to log in going through the email. So the email invitation that we sent out, that's going to take you to creating a profile. But if you want to get actually back into your account, it's a little bit different. So what you're going to do is you're going to go online. Go to breezechms.com. So if you want to follow along right now, just to get familiar with it, you can. Go to breezechms.com. It's going to take you to a page. If you're doing this was all done on a computer, but it's going to look very similar if you're on an iPad or an iPhone. Or not a VHS player. If you come here and you look at this is basically what the page is going to look like. And at the very top right, you're going to see a little button. It's going to say Log In. You're going to click on the Log In button, and from there, you're going to enter our Church Breeze address. Breeze is a software that's accessible to an abundance amount of churches throughout America and throughout the world, and so that we have a Church Breeze address. What you're going to do is you're going to type in Pickerington Baptist Temple. No space, no caps. It's just Pickerington Baptist Temple. And then you'll see right there, it's .breezechms.com. If you want to do this the old-fashioned way, I'm sure you could go to the web address and type in pickeringtonbaptisttemple.breezechms.com, and I'm sure it would take you right there to our page. But once you click that, you click Continue, and it will take you back to the login screen where you'll fill out the information that we talked about earlier. And that's basically how you log back into your account so you have access. Now, this was all done online. This was all done from a web page. What you can also do, there's a bunch of ways to skin the cat here. You can download Breeze on your cell phone, which we're going to go through right now. Basically, go to the App Store, search Breeze CHMS on the App Store. This is super helpful. I would recommend, if you use your cell phone a lot, which most of us in here probably do. If you use your cell phone a lot, I would recommend getting the app. The app is helpful. It's cleaner. It looks nice. So you go to the App Store. This is what it looks like on the Apple App Store. I don't have a picture of the Android App Store, but I'm pretty sure it'll probably look very similar, if not the same. From there, you're going to click on Download the App. I already had it download. That's why I have a little cloud button there. Click on the Download the App. And once it's downloaded, click Open from the App Store or access the app on your home screen. So go to your home screen. It should be there. And you just click on the button. It'll take you right to the app. And from in the app, it'll take you to our beloved login screen that we're already at. The way you sign in is basically the same way that we did online. So you're going to go in and you're going to put in our church subdomain, which is Pickerington Baptist Temple. No spaces, no caps, just Pickerington Baptist Temple. You click Continue, and then it'll take you to your login information. So that's pretty simple. And from there, you'll have access to your dashboard. Again, very simple process to go through, not super difficult, not super hard to understand. Now, let's look at the dashboard. And I've been talking about the dashboard a lot. What is the dashboard? The dashboard is what you have once you finally log into your account. Here's what it looks like from the computer. When you log in, that's what you're going to see. And then from your cell phone, this is what it's going to look like. Basically, there's minor differences, but nothing major. From your computer, you're going to see that all your hotkeys are going to be at the top where the blue is. On your cell phone, you're going to see that all the hotkeys are right down here. So you're going to have dashboard, people, events, my profile, and then on the computer, you'll see Give Now. Give Now on the cell phone will be right under More. If you want to move your dashboard is basically your home screen, and then from your dashboard you're going to have just basic information, like quick accessible information. So you'll see their service times, and then you'll see service times, and then online giving. You can customize your dashboard, put whatever you want on there. The only options that you have to put on your dashboard are the hotkeys on top. So my profile, things like that. So now, here's what we want to do. How do we use this? What can we do with Breeze? We talked about at the beginning what some features were, but I want to look in detail about what some things you can do on Breeze and how it can be helpful to you. So, from Breeze, from your dashboard, once you've logged into Breeze and once you're looking at it, there's a few different things you can do on it to help you stay in touch with our church. Notice that you can access people. Again, at the very top on the computer, you'll have people. On your cell phone, it'll be a little different. It'll be on the bottom. You can access people. You can view events. Our calendar's on there. Our church calendar's on there. We don't have a lot of stuff on the church calendar online yet, but we're going to go through and update that and make sure that all of our 2025 events will be on the church calendar. Note that you can have access to your profile. You can edit. You can add things. You can take things away, whatever you want from there. And then you can give online. And so those are pretty much on your end of the deal what you can do with Breeze. There's a lot more things we can do on our end, but these are things that are accessible to you. So let's talk about all four of these in detail. Let's go in and look at them. When you click on people, it's gonna give you this screen from the computer. What you're going to see is this right here. What you can do from right here is you can search for members by name. If you want to get in touch with somebody, you can go through, type in their name. It'll take you to their profile. And the way that you access a profile is by clicking on the name. So I have the names right here blurred out, but where this little blue dot is would be a hyperlink with a name. And you'll just click on the name, and it'll take you to the person's profile. And from their profile, you have access to any of their information. So accessible information that's on there is their name, obviously, and then here's what the most helpful for me is their family's name on there. How many of you have ever met someone and then found out that they were related to somebody else in the church and you had no clue? You were like, wow, I didn't even know they were related. Well, on the church app, you can finally figure out who's all related to who, and this is helpful. I don't know who struggles with remembering names in here. If you're the Bowers, you know that I struggle remembering their names, and so what's helpful for me, if I go to Brother Ken Bauer's profile, I can go on there and I can find out who all of his kids' names are. And now I've got the edge, right? Now I'm ahead. And so you have their names, family. You'll have their contact information, their phone number. By the way, just for the sake of security, this is not accessible to anybody out there in the world. This is not just anybody can log into our computer and find out all the information about you. This is only accessible to people that we've given them the access to it. So don't think that we're putting all your information online. This is only accessible to people who have access to Breeze, and the only people that have access to Breeze are our church members, or the people in our church. And so, and then you have membership information as well, and this is limited, but if you want to go through, you can put in membership information, meaning when you joined the church, when you got saved, when you were baptized, and things like that. And then there's an abundance of information that you can put in there. We're not going to put all the information in there. If you want, we'll go through and we'll talk about editing your own profile. But you can put in information about where you went to school. Where you work at. You can put in all these different kinds of information. And again, we're not going to put in that information for you. If you want, you can go through and do that. But that's up to you. And so, but there's just a lot of information that you can put in there. Let's look at the calendar really quick. As we view events, when you go to events, when you click on events, this is what you're going to see from a computer's perspective. It's basically an overview of the month of a calendar. And you're going to be able to access church times. So the only thing that we have up on the calendar right now, as of right now for the church, are our church service schedules, which are pretty, we're all pretty well acquainted with them. But you'll see from our event schedules, from the events here, you'll see everything that we have scheduled. We're going to go through, update that, put everything in for the year. But for right now, you'll see that we have our service schedules: Sunday morning, Sunday school, Sunday morning, our evening service, our kids club, our midweek prayer meeting. All of that information's up there. If you click on those links, they'll give you more information from what's in there. It just works like another digital calendar. So it's easy to use. You can view the calendar 4 different ways. You can view it by month, by week, by day, and then by list, which goes into, again, month, week, day. And so you can kind of break it down. Now, if you're like, I'm sick and tired of all this digital stuff, not in the screenshot, I didn't include this, I thought about it later, you can actually go right outside of the screenshot. There's a big white button and it says print. And you can print out our church calendar. We're also going to give out church calendars here in a minute in the next service, but you can print out our church calendar for the year. And so if you'd rather say, I want all of this information on a piece of paper, because I'm a pen and paper kind of guy, you can print out all this information, and it's easy to do. I just didn't include it because I didn't think about it. So now let's look at my profile. Here's where you have access to your profile and what you can do. From your profile, basically what you can do is view your profile. Now, how many of you knew that Governor DeWine was a member of our church? No, I'm just kidding. I created this account so that we could look at it, and so it's a dummy account. I didn't know his email, and his email apparently is not accessible. I went to go Google it, and it's not there. So anyway, but here, once you go to your account, this is what you're going to see. Now, there are no images online as of right now. Now, I talked to Pastor, we may or may not do a picture day with the church where we'll have people come in, we'll take pictures, and we'll upload your picture to Breeze. As of right now, if you want to go through and upload your own picture, you can. If you want to upload a picture of your family, whatever you want, you can go through. You can upload your picture. All you have to do is click on the place where your image would be and upload any photo. Once you get to your profile, you can edit information by clicking on the fields you want to edit. So if you take your mouse cursor and just bring it over here to the highlighted area, basically you'll click to edit the section. Once you get into that section, you're going to see that you can edit information. In contact, you can add email, you can add your phone, your home phone, your work phone, your cell phone, your mobile phone. There's a bajillion other kinds of phones. I don't know. You can fill out all that information. When you go to education and work, you see up there, you can click on that, add whatever. If you want to say that you worked at McDonald's in 1975, you can go through and put that in. You can just fill it in with an abundance amount of information, or if you don't want to, you don't have to. But you can also see that you can edit your family and things like that. So there's just a bunch of different things that you can put in there that you want people to know about you for our church. So that's the profile. Not much you can do there, but let's talk about the online giving section. This is something that we're still working on. We're still setting it up, and hopefully by the end of the week we'll have it set up, but you can see the red disabled thing down here. That's on our end. That's not on your end. It's disabled because we haven't put in all of our church information yet, our bank information for the church, and so we'll get that fixed sometime this week, so you'll be able to give online through Breeze. As of right now, you can't, but hopefully pretty soon you'll be able to. But just for the sake of it, we're going to look by how to give online. Now, the way that you do that is by you click on the money symbol right there, and once you click on that, your number pad will come up, and you put how much you want to give in there. Once you do that, you can click on set recurring payments or one-time payments. So when you click on this button right here, it'll have a drop-down menu, and you'll have the option to give every week, and it'll give every week. You have the option to do every 2 weeks, I think every month, quarterly, and then yearly. I don't remember. They have a few different options. You can go through and check them out. And then once you're done, you'll set how you want to give. You'll either give debit card, credit card, or through your account number and your routing number. Once you're done, you're going to click on where it says disabled. You'll click on that. It'll take you to a screen where you'll put in your bank information, and then from there you can give to our church. And so hopefully an easier way to give. I'm a part of the generation where I love online giving. I don't ever carry cash with me. I never have cash, so I enjoy online giving. I do it right now, so this is something that I enjoy and I like doing, and so hopefully, if you like it, hopefully it'll be helpful to you. On the left-hand side, you'll see 3 different options that you can click. One's give, one is recurring gifts. You can go in there and you can set it so if you want this to just automatically pull from your bank account and on a regular basis, you can do so. And then on the bottom is edit payment methods. So from right there, you can go and you can edit your bank account information, your credit card. Just note, that is not public information. That is obviously only on your end. Once you put your bank account information, that doesn't go onto your profile. Now everyone has access to your bank account. That's not how that works. This is only accessible to you. I don't even think pastor and I might not even have that information from you. And so, but it's secure, so don't worry about it. Just so you know. Before we close, I want to give you guys some concluding information about this app. Basically, there's 3 different roles. There's an abundance amount of roles that we can give out, but there's 3 main ones that our church is going to be used that we think is most helpful for our church. I want you to know first that the first role that we have is the administrative role. This has access to edit all information. Basically, we have free roam. Anything, basically any information that's on there, any admin can go in there and change things around, edit things. We have access to a lot more features on the app. There's a tags feature, so we can put people's names under tags, meaning this person's in this Sunday school class, this person's here, there. And this is only for pastors and deacons. And so Pastor BJ, I have it, Brother Jamin and Brother Jeff all have access to this administration role. And this is just so we can go in and change anything that we need to. We have a Sunday school leader role. This only has access to Sunday school information. And like I mentioned before, there's tags you can go through and you can search people by tags, which lumps them in Sunday school classes so we can better maintain everything. And this is only for Sunday school teachers. And so your Sunday school teacher has access to this app, and through this app, they have better access to you. So that's one reason why we have it. They have limited access, but they still have more access. And then our last role, which is what we just covered, is our member role. The members have the most limited access. What we just covered is a member role. Everything that you just saw that we walked through is just a member role, and that's the only information that you have on your end. On our end, we have a lot more. And so there's different roles and that provide different access for different information. Again, like I said at the beginning, we're providing this tool for a better church communication and fellowship. We want to better communicate with you guys. We want you guys to better be able to communicate with us. Again, and I think we do a good job of it here at our church, is we are a church family. And we want to have access to each other. We want to have fellowship with each other. We don't want to live on an island by ourselves. We gather here together for 2 reasons: fellowship and to glorify God. And so we've provided this tool for you to better be able to do that because we want you to have access to that. In 2025, we're going to reveal our theme here in a second. But if it's rise up and build. And we want to rise up and not build physically, we want to build up spiritually. And to do that, we want to have access to each other, and we want to be able to have relationships with each other that will grow and build up and be edified through 2025. So, again, like I said at the very beginning, this software is basically what it boils down to is online church directory. How many of you, when you had your church directory, had a handout that they would give, I don't know, every year or whatever? Our church, when I was at my dad's church, we would do it. We would have picture day. People would come in. I think actually it was like every 3 years. People would come in, and in that church directory, they would have, the information of the church. And so all this basically is an online church directory. From my people, I didn't discuss this. Actually, I don't know if you have access to this or not. But from my people, you can also print out a church directory. And you can print out all that information so you have it on paper. I'll have to go through and see if you have access to that. You may not have access to printing out that information. I'll go through and I'll see if that's there. But I know that option is available because we've done it a few times. So, and again, like I said at the very beginning, feel free to ask any questions. If you struggle, if you're not understanding what we just went through, if you don't know what we're really talking about, again, like I said, after the service today, come up to me. I'd love to talk to you about it. I've been using the app for a few months now. I think we got it back in September or August. I've been using the app for a few months now, and it's a pretty in-detail app, but it's very easy to use. And I'd love to help you learn how to use it so that you can have better access information. And so I want it to be a help to you. So feel free to come up, ask me any questions later, and I would love to help you. And so, but anyway. Announcements really quick about the Breeze presentation that we had this morning. If you missed the Sunday school hour, we had a church software presentation. If you missed that will be available online. We'll send that out through email so that everybody has access to the whole presentation. But 2 things I wanted to make known to you guys. I was made known right after. If you have an Android device and you go to install the app that we talked about, there are some issues. Now, I talked to somebody else who did have an Android, and they were actually able to download the app with no problems. but somebody else who had another Android device, they said that the app was not able to be downloaded on their device. They said they found another app, and so there's two Breeze Church apps that you need to be known of. One is a Breeze Church worship app, and then the other is Breeze CHMS. Now, both of them are from the same company, and so they're both helpful. But the one that you want to be known about, if you have an Android device, is that the Breeze CHMS app is the one that you want. Do not get the Breeze Worship app. That's not you can access it and you'll log into there, but there's no information on there for you. It's the Breeze CHMS app. It's blue. The Breeze Worship app is white, and so if you have that white app, you don't have to bother with that one. If you cannot access the app on your Android device, if it doesn't download, if it's not working, that's okay. You can still access the church software through any web browser on your iPhone, on your Android, on your computer at home, or on an iPad or tablet that you have. So if you can't get the app, it's no worries. You can still have access to the software. So it may differ between Android devices, I'm not sure. The second thing I want you to know is that if you did not receive an email invite to join the app, we had sent them out to everybody. If you did not receive one from the email, then what I want you to do is text me. And if you don't have my phone number, you can find me after. I can give you my phone number. I want you to text me an email that you want me to send an invite to. Because I know some people have already texted me, some people have already got in touch with me. We can send you out an email invite. You just need to make sure that you get me an email that I can send the invite to. Brother Dave? It might be in your junk spam folder, so make sure you check those as well. Thank you, Brother Dave. And so just want to make sure you guys were aware of that. So that's the app. So hopefully that was helpful to you. Hopefully you got something from that. Again, if you need any help, I'd love to help you. So let's go to the Lord in prayer, and then we'll conclude our service. Lord, we love you. I pray that you'd help us as we go into our next service here. I pray that you'd be glorified through what we do. I pray that you would help us as we sing. I pray that we sing for your praise and your praise alone. God, I pray, Lord, that as we preach the word, I pray that it would be done with boldness and conviction, Lord. I pray, Lord, that we would be hearers of the word, and not hearers only, but also doers of the word. Lord, I pray that you'd keep us safe today. And again, I pray that you'd be glorified through all that's said and done. And I pray all these things in your name. Amen.